Field is with us. We'll be meeting people who are coping with obsessive compulsive disorder, and we've lots more, including a fabulous Pug and Pole kitchen worth €60,000. To give away to one of you at home. Details of that in a few minutes' time. But we're going to open tonight's show with an icon of modern music. As lead singer of the Cranberries, she sold a massive 45 million records, and that figure is bound to rise with the release of her debut solo album. That's called Are You Listening? So, with the world exclusive of the new single, Ordinary Day, your biggest welcome, please, for Dolores O'Riordan.
This is just an ordinary day. Wipe the insecurities away. I can see that the darkness will erode. Looking at the corner of my eye, I can see that the sunshine will explode far across the desert in the sky. Beautiful girl, won't you be my inspiration? Beautiful girl, don't you throw your love around. What in the world could ever come between us? Beautiful girl, I'll never let you down, won't let you down. This is the beginning of your day. Life is more intricate than it seems. Always be yourself along the way. Living true the spirit of your dreams. Beautiful girl, won't you be my inspiration? Beautiful girl, don't you throw your love around. What in the world could ever come between us? Beautiful girl, I'll never let you down, won't you be my inspiration? Don't you throw your love around. What in the world could ever come between us? Beautiful girl, I'll never let you down, won't let you down.
Hi, Dolores.
Hello,
Welcome
darling.
back on the show.
How are you? Great to see you.
Great to see you. Come on, sit
Great to
down.
see you too.
Now, the Cranberries.
Yes.
No more. Gone. Finished.
Well, we kind of we decided to take a hiatus for many, many reasons. But I suppose the biggest reason was like family and personal reasons, really. You know, there was a lot of health issues in the group, and my mother-in-law actually was diagnosed with cancer. So we decided to move over to Canada and spend the last days of her life with her. And so I suppose probably about a year and a half later, she passed away.
Right.
And I just told the boys of the band not to wait for me, basically. I didn't want to have anybody waiting for me. I just kind of wanted to have freedom, I suppose, at that point, you know.
So there will be no more Cranberries?
Well, we never, like, said never again, but it was kind of a case of take a hiatus and go off and kind of experiment, you know.
Yeah.
And
But you're not obliged to a record company to produce another album or to do anything like that?
No, actually, initially when I kind of took the hiatus, I didn't have any contracts or anything like that, so I had a tremendous feeling of freedom creatively. So I really kind of, I started to write again as a hobby on 4 years off, you know, and my priority in those 4 years was just hanging with my family and getting to know my family. Like, because I got famous when I was so young that I felt that I missed out on certain things as a youngster, and I wanted to take this massive 4-year break completely away from the industry and everything.
And have you seen the
just get
guys
to
at
know-
all in 4 years?
No, I mean, I see them on and off, you know what I mean? We talk sometimes on the phone or whatever like that, you know. But to be honest, with most bands, like, you live in buses together, you live in each other's shoes, right, basically. And you really don't have much in common outside of your music. So it's kind of like that, you know. When we came off tour anyway, we used to all go our separate ways.
Yeah.
And we wouldn't meet up again till we were in the airport to fly off somewhere else.
So that's the way it was, even when you were on the road, you know, crammed together for the
Yeah.
gigs and the travel between the gigs. But then when you got time off, goodbye.
That's it.
Don't
yeah.
want to see you till
yeah,
the next
I mean,
one.
you're totally living in each other's shoes and stuff in buses, you know. So basically, it's like that. It's like that with most bands, though, really, you know.
So the last 4 years, how have you spent the 4 years? Besides that very tough time when Don's mother was dying,
Yeah.
and you wanted to be, and he wanted to be, of course, close to her.
Well, we moved to the forest in Ontario, and it was amazing, actually, because the seasons are so dramatic in Canada. Yeah, the fall is so colourful, and the winter you have like 6 feet of snow and it goes down to -30. So, you know, our house there, I have a piano inside this beautiful window, and I use the seasons as a backdrop to inspire music. And then I just kind of wrote about basically different experiences, but all of the experiences were very humane. It was like family life, you know. So most of the songs on this album are kind of songs that people in normal life can relate to, you know.
Yeah. What about, though, the comparison between being a full-time mother versus being a full-time musician and part-time mother? I mean, lots of people who stay at home with their kids say, God, I'd love to be out there on the road playing
I know,
music.
the grass always greener at the other side, though, because for me, I like yearn to wash my own floors and empty my own dishwasher, and these were the kind of things that I wanted to do, and I wanted to know that I actually could look after my kids all on my own. And so for the first few months, I went over to Canada and I was all on my own, and I was like, you know, doing the floors and all that stuff, and I kind of found it kind of therapeutic and stuff, you know, very grounding. And then my mum came over a couple of months later, and then she helped me out, and it was grand, and then I resumed writing again and stuff, you know, so it was really nice.
And what about the kids, the older children who didn't see that much of yours, and suddenly you're there 24/7?
Yeah, well, I suppose like a 4-year break, like, well, the eldest now, he'll be 10 in November, so he was only 5. He doesn't even know anything much about the Cranberries. He's only figuring it all out now, you know, like, were you in a band? And it's like, you know, so, like, because 4 years is a long time in kids' lives, you know. Yeah. So they don't really know that much about it, but they're probably watching at home, so I have to tell them that they have to go to bed for Nana. And no cat fights either, girls. I have 2 little girls and they're deadly for the cat fights, you know.
But now you came to the decision that, you know, your creative juices were flowing, you were writing songs, but you don't know until you put them out there really how good they are, isn't that so?
That's totally it. Like, I mean, I wrote about 30 songs actually in the last 4 years, and, you know, you haven't a clue what, you know, how the reception is going to be, but so far so good. You know, I've got some really positive feedback from, you know, a lot of different countries. I've been doing promotion for the last few months, like, so we're getting good feedback from even America and the UK and Canada and stuff like that. I'm doing a lot of international press, and tomorrow I'm flying to Hong Kong.
Tomorrow, Hong Kong?
Yeah.
So it'll be non-stop for the next...
Yeah, it's going to be mad for the next few, I suppose the next 4 to 6 weeks is promotion, so you're kind of hopping from country to